There was a time when every seashore was a frontier. Beyond lay the terrible unknown. But gradually men made the surface of the sea usable and safe. Yet even today, the sea is still a frontier, for below the surface, it is still the unknown. Few have penetrated the briny deeps, down past scenes of unbelievable beauty, down to the unknown. Here is today's frontier, the adventure land of the modern pioneer. This is the world of the future, a future here in these silent, sunless depths. Why here? Why now? Resources are being used up faster than ever before, in a world that adds 4 times the population of New York to itself each year. Although the end of the resources is not yet in sight, men of vision can foresee a time when land is no longer fertile enough to supply men's needs. And so they have turned to the sea. The sea untamed, unconquered, unexploited, a frontier in modern times. They see here rich fields growing more abundant crops than the greenest farmlands. And they see new mother lodes with treasures of minerals and oil, and huge secret battlefields in which to conceal and maneuver our nation's defenses. They see eternal power for factories and kitchens. Yes, but before man could penetrate the sea, it would take an industrial and scientific revolution. Led and encouraged by the government, this has come about. And today, now joined by private enterprise, science is deeply concerned with this new frontier. And so man now has within his grasp the technological tools to begin to open up the new frontier. Today's pioneer has special hands and special protective shells. And wonderful new eyes that make permanent records of what they see. And voices that can be heard hundreds of miles away. And ears that can register shape and location of what they hear. And electronic brains to store newfound knowledge. These are the tools, but who will use them? Who is today's pioneer? But the shelf does not taper off tamely. Sonar reveals its dramatic termination in huge landmarks. Great canyons, for example. Here is the true unknown. And scientists, like men in a deep fog, must feel their way with special magnetometers to measure the intensity of the Earth's magnetic field. It is out and down to the future, to the future, to the future, to the future.
Look, Calypso and the Calypso tent goes back to the days of enslavement, where under a spreading tamarind tree, black sung against whites fearlessly. To Calypso they made their laws, to Calypso they fought their wars. Calypso and its sweet minor chords was the poor black man's house of lords. So Calypso is our big insurance policy against dictators and the parasitic oligarchy. Calypso is the atomic bomb in our possession for all who want to degrade our constitution. But yeah, 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 yeah.
I invite you, suit men and suit women, comfortably couched in your authority, to peer out this window. There, you will see the oceanic dust storm detonated in your lap. Does the salt burn your nose? Can you even feel your nose after scratching out so much lithium and manganese, fulfilling cyborg fantasies? From within the air-conditioned falsity of your assembly, can you smell that? The failure of your imagination. In the reckless, techno-optimistic ambition of your enterprise, you talk about a future. But where is this future? Can you hold it? Does it make your fingers pruny? Or does it reek of battery acid? I hear from the shores of Tonga, Povai, to strike back. Povai will be a wave crashing at your window. The abyssal zone will find you. It is the physics of a chain reaction. Your underwater maniacal machinery mean nothing under this force. Ask yourself, when this moment arrives, will you be surprised? Will you even think it is real? Or will you be too submerged in your racket to even gasp in remorse? Come for us, Sesseret. Come, Irinmi and Igbin. Millennia of ecodelic cycles of predation, adaptation, and celebration can be invoked with the voice. Infinite vibrations from my conch shell chest, our conch shell cavern of commoning and conviction.
Paquero! Paquero! Enis! Povai, povai, povai! Già eres meglio! Dai marine! Su, su, su! Povai, povai, povai! Dalga! Dalga scano! Dalga bojaiso! Rakasa! Povai, povai, povai! Rakasa! Cattefa! Dai che volta! Dai che volta! Su! 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 Povai! Povai! Povai!
Down with your progress, as good as the fish who fall upwards. I swim against the hoovers of extraction, vanishing ancient history. We, living legacies of your origin in the deep sea, lost for the blink of a cheap battery. What value is cold light on land, binding you in swipes of gratification when the life source is drained and polluted? Our deep sea stars dimmed, our eerie moons gone from possible futures. How dare you say your plumes of deep sea industry will only reach a few miles? What blatant denial of truth is such a claim, when we all know the impact will go further, for longer, and what's more, the agreed boundaries of your initial plunder will edge and eke and push and demand more, until the whole ocean floor is crawling with your leaching machinery. Who are you, lost souls, that you are, to decide the future for us all, for shallow success and the gluttony of your heated excess? We grow ever more bitter, like the salty ocean consuming the lands. How my heart breaks and my ancestral soul screams, fearing the inevitable, win in the name of misplaced progress. The old earth will shed tears as she watches her children scar themselves irreparably. You are loved and provided for so richly, and yet, like the wasps banging their heads against the open window, you refuse to see the bigger picture. Grasp your way into the dark alongside us. Shelter in this place where there is no sanctuary from ever-present enemies, and know what it is to be prison to your lair of the sea. Then return to where you are from and call your shots. We beings in the abyss can show you the way to slow down and know how to feel time in not just moments, but millennia. To be honest, I'm just scared. Scared for the moment that deep sea mining gets truly underway. We're teetering on the cusp. Our deep time lifeline is floating away. Why can't the collective energy of all the hearts that know and all the voices that agree stop the madness the scientists foresee? I reach out and I reach down to Latimeria Blue, ask her to extract from her ancient throat, Let's share it around from the abyss to the stars. Let all consume all from the deep vents to Mars. And I think of how the continents made the sea bitter, and how that bitterness rains down onto lands and through rivers, through cracks in the earth and down cracks in old faces. Bitter tears of old grief, lost back in the ages of Latimeria Blue. Bring us Whoso.
Ajay Wealth lives at the bottom where Olokun, Orisha gods of the sea, protect them. Ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. The explosions sound rhythmic like the beats of Igbin, the snail drum. The oceanic dust storms reveal hostile predators. Obatala summons Aye Ile, the house of birds. Peacock, Otin, provides protection as Etan, the decoy. All the water birds, Oshin, gather from the heavens above. Peju Peju, Pepai, Adaba, and Leke Leke arrive. Seagull, duck, dove, and egret arrive. Ocean fan feathers like Dagahul, I'm away from the deep Mabi Darren, and while Lami Lami dragonfly buzzes to lure, entice, and seduce the vessels of hungry predators to the shallows of the lagoon Osha, home to Leke Leke and Yanu Yanu mosquito, whose high-pitched song swarms them into a narrow, muddy channel. Trapped in the river, Ocean River Goddess offers palm wine, a goosey melon stew, and Igbe. Meanwhile, Ayele Pigeon calls and assembles Egun, the ancestors, from all the living and in between. From the deep watery abyss to the celestial realms, long discussions begin. Igbin, 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 ba-boom, 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 call the drums between explosions. They, the uninvited, have woken Olokun, who with a furious wave summons Etan, the seductive decoy. Dressed up with peacock feathers, with Oshun's help, they lure another brigade of violators to Osha for another feast. Igbin, Igbin, Igbin. The drum beats like a snail, the time of a snail.
Conditions that produced a situation that demanded a song like that.
Hello.
Introducing
in your nose burn? Is it the chemical you sniff it to keep it all under control? Can you even feel your nose after shoving down so many lines up your pipelines on the dance floor with the slots you nightly bought, purchasing experiences blinded by disco balls and hash, flow, staying on the surface, head on her seabed. You long to belong, you long to be loved. You long to feel love or something or anything after decades of nothingness. Nest, rest before you get hexed. Tempted, lured, she won't be silenced. Silence won't protect her than them or anybody who strive to be alive on any dead planet. There is no planet B. In the boiling ocean, on a bleached disco floor, listen to your heart after skimming layers of oil, scheme the scams, tend the scars, deep down in the darkness of the ocean, of our soul, sinking deeper, of our soul, sinking deeper, sinking deeper, sinking deeper, sinking deeper, sinking deeper. Is it deep enough? Is it deep enough? How deep is your love?
a string of light plays to the moan of the whale falling into undying sleep. It all began inside this net entanglement between seasoned hands and drowning fins, into midnight blue and namelessness and the black source of light emanating bones of birds of the abyss duck under mystical selves that fall with the night, be back to run from into narrow streams and open highways chasing clouds. And when the clouds are gone, knees kiss and memories fade, strangeness, we become beneath shadows of flesh on open oceans underneath a boat, a family of humpbacks. Click and listen with their throat wanting words, wait for a click. Beneath thousands and thousands of miles of blue aliveness, you see, this is what stops in my hands as I entangle.
Gözel Radyo.
Ne güzel! chaos.
When we have fighting, one side